record, and I'm going to do a share screen tonight because I'm going to be doing a PowerPoint. If you are not muted, I am going to mute you all, but there is a chat button. So at any point, like if you want to talk or ask questions, just start chatting, start the conversation in that sidebar. So if you are new to the Knockout Brigade, first of all, welcome. You are part of a really amazing team, and what we have here is just amazing leadership. We have wonderful coaches who just truly care about putting people first and helping people. So tonight I'm going to be talking about May. I'm going to be talking about what you can do to really make sure that you are getting your business, started on the right foot this month. So I'm going to be doing a little PowerPoint for you. You might be taking notes throughout the presentation. You can interrupt me at any point if you have questions. All you need to do is click the unmute button. So tonight is all about how to own May like a boss. So first, before we jump into May, I got to backtrack to April just a little bit and give Jenna Schaefer, if she is on the call tonight, give that girl a little internet high five. Give her some love because she is our top earner at 17 points this month. We also had Lisa Riddle at 16. Tiffany Martin was at 16. Tons of coaches have hit SC 10, and lots of coaches hit SC 5, which I'll talk about very strongly about that being something that's always been a non-negotiable in my business. But what kind of made me think about this call this week is when we get to those points in our business where we're just right there, we're so close to hitting a goal where we're, just a little bit shy of where we want to be. And what can we do to make sure that we are doing everything in our power to hit our goals? So tonight's call is really about taking ownership of our goals. It's really about how we set up a successful month. And it's about learning how you can find control over the controllable situations. So huge shout out for our Success Club earners in April. But let's talk about May, because that's behind us. So now it's like, what do we do with that? We either hit our goals or we just fell short of them. So we're going to really talk about how we can drive that this month. So Beachbody's setting you up this month for success with a couple of things. They have the challenge packs lined up for you this month. They have Insanity Max 30. They have Body Beast. They have an extension on the PIO, which is for 140, the Kickstart, which includes the 3-day refresh, and they also have extended the Ultimate Reset Challenge Pack. I am doing the Ultimate Reset, and I'm doing a little bit of research. Honestly, this is a program that has taken me over 2 years to commit to. I haven't wanted to do it for that long. I'm going to say the first week I'm extremely tired, but this is a great program for people who really don't have weight to lose, or they really want to get their health under control. If you research this program, you will see testimonial upon testimonial of people who have had not just weight loss success, but success in other departments too, and long-term results. So look into that. If that's something you yourself have been toying around with, talk to me about it. Let me know what you're interested, why you're interested in it, and we can see if it's a good fit for you. Just so you know too, that this month when you hit Success Club 10 for 2 months, so in May and June, when you hit Success Club 10, and you total that as 25 points, you earn a ticket to an exclusive invite to, and I just stopped typing because I'm on reset brain, and it's a party at Summit. Do you guys remember what it's called? I don't know. It's going to be fun though. You're going to get dressed up and it's going to be good, but I forgot the name of it. All right, and upcoming events. So I am hosting for people in Pittsburgh, if you want to write down this date, on Saturday, June 6th from 5 to 10 p.m. If you're local, I'm just going to do a really cute little get-together, and I am going to have snacks and all kinds of good food, and we are going to just do a training, and Mike is actually going to cook dinner for us. So if you are local and are interested, I am going to start a file in the KB section. I'm going to ask a couple other local leaders if they'd be interested in doing some training sessions for this as well. So just a good opportunity to get together with you guys if you're here locally, and just meet some new people and really network with other coaches in the team. Summit is July 16th through the 18th. If you are coming in on Thursday morning, there is going to be another event called the Recipe for Success. This is going to be hosted by Melanie and a couple other leaders on her team who are going to give a training of sorts, and it's going to be in the morning, and Autumn is going to be there and Carl is going to be there too. So the Eventbrite site is there. You want to make sure that you register for this as soon as possible because it's going live, I think, later this week. And once it goes live, they're only putting 700 tickets up for sale because that's all the room can hold. So past 700, they can't even let people in. So if you did not get your ticket yet, you want to make sure that you get your hands on that. All right, KB News. So these are the trainings that I have going on. Coach Basics. I am starting mine today. If your diamond upline is not me, check in with your diamond upline because they all run different coach basics. Find out which one to plug new coaches into so that they know where to go to start getting their trainings done. The second one I have is for anyone in the Knockout Brigade. That is called the Vital Behaviors Training. So this is a training that is specifically geared towards people who want to take the coaching to the next level. So you have, it's assumed that you have completed Coach Basics, and the Vitals are going to walk you through invites. It's going to teach you how to really master the form method. If you're not muted, can you guys please click mute for me? The third thing is that I'm shifting around how we're doing team calls to make sure we're all kind of plugged into something. So mark on your calendars that this call, the KB call, is going to take place every first Monday of the month. So there's only going to be one big KB coach call that's going to be more formal, that's more direct, more of a training, and that's always going to be on the first Monday of the month at 9 p.m. Eastern. So mark your calendars that you know where to be for that. In the meantime, too, I'm also going to do something that's a little bit different, and I'm going to do casual calls, and that's going to be open to anyone in the KB, and that's going to be Thursdays at 9 p.m., where basically I am going to give you a Zoom link, and I am going to open it up. I'm just going to leave an hour for you to check in with me, talk to me, troubleshoot with me. I'm going to give you some ideas, some tips, some tricks, all kinds of fun stuff. It's going to be very, very casual, though, and it's just going to be an opportunity for you to pick my brain, for me to give you some feedback, to really just think about, what you can do to really move your business forward. It's casual in the sense that you can come on anywhere from 9 to 10. I'm going to have the phone or the Zoom call open. And then after that, you can just check out if you have your questions answered or if you want to stay on for the call so that you can talk to everybody who's on it. That's fine too. So that will be Thursdays at 9 p.m. and it will only be on the weeks that I do not host a team call. So this week I'm hosting a team call, so the casuals calls won't start till next Thursday. Does that make sense? Cool. Awesome. I'm looking forward to that because I've never done anything like that. And I think it will be good too. So you can just come in and say, Katie, dude, I don't know what to do with this customer. Tell me what to do. And I'm going to be like, I can tell you what to do. And that's what we're going to do. We're just going to pick your brains. All right. So first of all, I got to give a big, big, big thank you. And that is to everybody who in some way have been sweating for something bigger over the last 9 weeks. I think we're at 9 weeks, huh, Taylor? So the Every Sweat Matters campaign was part of the Man Woman of the Year competition that I am in. I'm up for the running of Woman of the Year through the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. So earlier this year, we set a goal to raise $50,000 to get a grant named after Taylor's cousin Emily, who had passed away from leukemia in 2013. We officially got that grant last week. We hit 50,000, and I just looked today and we are at $61,000. So it's crazy. It's awesome. And I can't thank you guys enough. It's just amazing. And this is why, like, being part of this business is why we were able to do that. So I don't know, like, I think of that, and every time I think of something like that, I think to myself, how could you ever not want to be a part of something like this? It's just so amazing what they've given to me, and just being a part of this network. The t-shirts alone raised $11,000. So if that doesn't blow your mind, I don't know what will. That's just crazy to me. So Friday is the last day of the competition. They will announce the winner. And so I would love for everybody to sport their Every Sweat Matters gear, and just hashtag it Every Sweat Matters, and hashtag MWOY, which is Man Woman of the Year, PGH for Pittsburgh, on Instagram or Facebook, whatever social media you guys use. So that would be really cool. So yes, $11,000 in t-shirts. Insane, insane, insane. So very cool. All right. So let's talk about April for 1 second. All right, so here's what I need you guys to do for me tonight. So it is a new month. It is a clean slate, and I am all about saying, forget April. But before we forget April, let's backtrack it for just 1 second. Whether you met your goal or you didn't meet your goal, you don't have to say. It doesn't matter. What matters is what we're going to do with that. So your first step to have a very successful May is to reflect on April. The good, the bad, whatever it was. So I want you to just take a minute, and while I'm kind of talking, I want you to sort of write down, how did you do? How did you feel about the month? How did you feel about the atmosphere in your business? How did you feel about your challenge groups? What were some things that went really well in April? What were some of the invites like? What were some of your form methods like? What was it like when you were really in that month? How did you feel about your business? So take some time, just take a couple minutes and just reflect on that and really think, what was it? And you know, guys, the reason I'm having you do this is because I knew I was going to be talking tonight on the call about how to set you up for success in May. But before I really dove into that, or dived, I don't remember. I used to teach English too. This is so sad. But I start my morning every morning with Joyce Meyer's The Confident Woman. So it's a daily devotional. It's amazing. And it's every day. It's a very, very short read. But one of the things that they've been talking about in the last week has been patience and being prepared for things. And so I started thinking how great that idea was, that I started my day with the idea of being prepared. And she talked about the idea of preparation and confidence sort of being parallel. How, you know, it's hard for anyone to be really confident in anything when they don't feel prepared. So I was thinking about this, and I just realized, you know, how often we go into this business and we just aren't confident in ourselves as leaders, so we decide not to prepare for anything. We just kind of throw it out there and hope we sort of catch something, or that something will kind of catch, or it will work. But what if, instead of thinking like that, we just prepare ourselves and we say to ourselves, if I prepare fully, I can confidently go in the direction that I want to move. So take time to prepare, and you'll be amazed at the confidence that sort of follows, right? So if you think back to your most successful months or the highest success club points you've ever earned, chances are it was because you went into it with a plan of some sort. You kind of knew what you wanted to do for the month. You kind of knew what you wanted to be able to achieve for the month. So tonight, I'm going to help you and walk you through how I sort of prepare. And a lot of it is really questions. It's all about what you ask yourself and how you talk to yourself in order to prepare. So if you've reflected and you've written down those reflections, I want you to write this question. Does it matter? Does April really matter? Does it matter what happened in April? Yes, it does. And it does for a couple of reasons. It does because it matters what you do with it. So you might have had the worst month ever in April. And you might have, maybe you hit SC4 and there was nothing you could do in your power to hit SC5. Or maybe you said, I'm not even going to try this month. I have too much going on. My life is crazy. It's just not the time right now. Does that affect your May? It absolutely affects your May because it matters what you do with it now. So when you're reflecting on your month, you're either saying to yourself, oh, well, too bad. Maybe I'll do it next month. I'll give it a whirl in May. Or you're kind of mad at yourself. Is anyone kind of like pissed at themselves because they didn't hit their goal, or they know what they fell short of? I know I've had months like that where I'm like, if I would have just invited one more person, if I would have just talked to one more person. So I'm just going to tell you this little anecdote. I'm going to tell you this little story of what happened to me. And it was my second or third month of coaching. And it was July. And I had hit Success Club. I had hit Success Club in June, that first month as a coach. And then July came and I was at SC4 all month. No problem. I'm going to get SC6. I'm going to get SC6. I'm going to get SC6. Last day of the month, I was at a wedding. I was at a wedding with my husband. And I was on my phone that whole time trying to get a coach, trying to sign a coach. And I felt really icky about it. I didn't like doing it that way. I didn't like doing it in the sense that I was rushing her to make a choice. And I didn't feel good about the choice that she was necessarily making. Like, she didn't feel comfortable with it, and I didn't really feel comfortable with it. And I thought to myself, I got to the end of the month at SC4, and I hated that feeling. I hated waiting until the last minute. Ultimately, she did not sign, and I missed Success Club that month. But it lit this fire inside me. It let me know that I am not going to miss that again. I am not going to just wait until the last month or end of the month to make my Success Club goal happen. I am not going to go down like that. There are months where I still feel some pressure to achieve a goal that I've set for myself. But I know that I work the entire month to make it happen. So my goals have shifted since the beginning of my business. But I also know that inviting is essential, and it's not essential to do on the last day of the month. It's essential to do throughout the month, so we don't get to that point where we're cramming and we're making those like, I've got to invite one more, I've got to get on the phone, and it's almost 12 o'clock, and I've got to get this last challenge pack sold. So yes, and I know Kirsten's on this call too, and we've had these conversations so many times, and I'm calling out Kirsten because we've been coaching together the longest, I think. And we have always said, like, it's just always been just that one thing that no matter how bad my month might be, it's going to be the one thing that drives my business forward, period, at the end of the day. So it was really cool today because Kirsten actually on May 1st officially became a Success Club legend. And what that means is she has now had 24 months in Success Club 5 or higher. So that in itself is an amazing achievement. That is something that shows consistency. And yeah, she's had tough months and I've had tough months, but that is just always something that we look at and say, in my business, I've got to do this. Like, this is just something I've got to do. But that's our goals. This is what's working for us. This is what works for other successful coaches in the organization. And if you're looking to be consistent with your business and no matter what, have that benchmark that's going to drive it forward, Success Club is the one thing you need to do. Don't overcomplicate it. This is just 3 people a month. It's just 3 people a month. That's what you're looking to do. All right. So let's talk about May. We know how we feel about April. We know where we are with what happened last month. So now how do we take what happened last month and then achieve our goals? Well, guys, the first thing we need to know is we need to know where we want to go. You can't come up with a goal and you can't come up with a plan until you know where it is you want to go And where you want to go is not going to be the same place as everybody else. And this is something that people get so stuck on because they think there's one answer. Like, oh, I want to be a diamond, or I want to be an emerald coach, or, you know, I want to, you know, achieve, where did everybody go? Oh, there you are. Okay. Or I want to achieve Success Club 20 every month. You have to know what you really want, and it has to be connected to why you want it. So you need to create a vision and put it in front of you. So that's your goal board. And I don't necessarily mean it has to be for the year. I don't necessarily mean it has to be something that is long-term or 3 years from now. It might be what you really want to achieve this week, what you really want to achieve this month. And you need to put that in front of you. And there's almost this mentality that goes into it that's, I'm not going to give up. I'm just not going to do it. I am just going to achieve this goal because I want it. And when it's written in front of you, and when the visual's there in front of you, staring you in the face, there's something about it that starts triggering your head to say, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, until you just start finding ways to make it happen. So, I was thinking about that part of it, the visual part of it. So, in the campaign, and I'm going to compare it to that because that's where I am in my life right now. So when I started this campaign, I knew without a shadow of a doubt that we needed to get $50,000. And it wasn't just because I liked the number 50,000. It wasn't because I knew it was kind of hard. It was going to be a little bit difficult to do, but I had a why attached to it. I had a really good, solid reason why that $50,000 needed to happen. And that $50,000 became this non-negotiable. It was like, it doesn't matter what you say to me. It doesn't matter how hard this is going to be. That has to happen. Your visual has to be the same thing for this business. That has to be the mentality that you have, is that goal has to happen. Period. End of story. And I became so laser focused on that idea of raising the $50,000, and Taylor too, because she of course was doing it with me, that I didn't look at what everybody else was doing. I don't even know the names of the other people who are running for Woman of the Year. That's the truth of it, because I was laser focused on why we needed that goal, how to achieve that goal, and what it would look like when we finally did achieve that goal. So there's a parallel between the two. When you're visualizing something to the extent that you have that mentality that I am not going to give up, this has to happen, non-negotiable, end of story, done, it happens. It does, because you aren't going to let it not happen. So with that being said, set benchmarks for yourself along the way. If your goal is SC10, don't wait till the end of the month to hit SC10. Start setting your benchmarks. All right, I need to hit SC2 by the end of the 5th, or I need to hit 10 by the 10th, or I need to hit, you know, SC15 by the 15th of the month. Set those benchmarks and hold yourself to it. You know, my thing is, and something that's worked for me, is I don't really count my points. I just don't. I always look at it as if I'm always at SC0, because I can always get more. I can always get more. If I always look at it like I'm at SC0, I'm going to achieve more. All right, so you have your visual. You have it in your head, what you really want to achieve. You've attached a why to it. You need to know that wanting that goal and actually doing what you need to do to get it are two very, very different things. So when you're doing it, it means that you have some skin in the game. It means that you are committed to the goal. You are going to do things that might make you uncomfortable. You are going to post that transformation picture that makes you feel kind of uncomfortable. You're going to reach out to that person that, you know, you don't know, you haven't talked to in a few years, or maybe you didn't talk too much in high school because it makes you uncomfortable. That's what I mean when you have skin in the game. You're doing things more than just wanting it, because anyone can say, I want diamond, it's shiny, it's pretty, but if you're not doing the things to get to it, it doesn't matter. You're just wanting it. It's just a dream. You're not going to actually do it. Your goals should also be tangible. So it shouldn't just be something like, I want to help people because I just want to help people. Well, why? Why do you want to help people? And why do you want to help people through Beachbody? They have to be tangible. They have to be something that you can actually say, I want to be able to help people because helping people provides my family with $200 extra a week so that we can buy groceries. And that gives my husband a little extra, like little less pressure so he doesn't have to work overtime. That's the goal. That is why it's important to you to help people. It's more than just because it's the right thing to do. Everybody needs to help people. It's human nature. There is no commitment in just wanting something. This is why most people stay safe. This is why most people don't commit to their goals, is because it's safer to just say, I'm going to stay here instead of getting uncomfortable. I'm good here. I'm good. I got something to tell you guys. You're going to be so like, oh, I don't know if I like this, Katie. I'm never just good with where I'm at. I'm not. It's part of being a business owner and somebody who works in a business like that. And that little bit of like, I want to be successful comes with the idea that you want to continue to grow and learn, and you want to continue to help people and inspire people. And you never just get comfortable where you are. You know, the truth of the matter is, you know, there's an amazing income opportunity. And if you haven't watched some of the videos that are available to you in the back office about the income opportunity, about the cycle bonuses, it's there. But you're never, ever, ever going to be satisfied as a successful coach if the only thing you want from this is to make money. It has to be connected, very, very connected to what your purpose is, what your why is. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to be successful and make money in this business. All of us are here because we want to make money. There's nothing wrong with that. This is a business. And when we treat it like a business, it will pay us like a business. But if you just want to look at it as, I want to make money, that's all I want to do, this is not the business for you. It's not. That's just the truth of the matter. This is about helping people. It's about wanting to help others become successful. There was a great podcast, and it's Lewis Howes School of Greatness, and I started listening to it. I didn't get to finish it yet, but today it was all about people over prosper. It was the idea of putting people before the idea of making money. There's nothing wrong with knowing that you're in this business to make money, but we're doing it because we're helping people. That's it. That's at end of story. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. Waiting. I'm getting this so much right now. I'm getting so many coaches right now who are saying, I'm going to just let it happen naturally. I'm going to just kind of see what happens with it. Nothing happens when you don't do anything. It just doesn't, guys. You have to visualize it, put it in writing, smack it up on the wall in front of your desk or in your mirror, and make it happen. Get to work on making those goals happen. So how do I go about getting to work? And I know you guys are probably looking at this like, oh, because it's scaring me to put it out there too. So I put my goals in writing. And then I know every month what I can aim for, what I shoot for every month. And I talk to myself as if I've already done it. So the first thing I do is I sit down, and I'm a paper and pencil person. So I sit down with my month and I map out what it looks like. But I take into consideration a couple things. So at the end of the month, my sister's getting married. So a lot of the end of the month kind of stuff, I had to shift around a little bit because I don't want to be so focused on the business when I want to be focused on my family. So I changed things up a little bit. My challenge group is starting the 18th of the month, this month. And I'm only running one as opposed to the usual of running two. I'm running a business fitness boot camp, but I'll ask my other leaders if they will run it with me. So that week of the wedding, I don't have to worry about it. And guys, this is all stuff I'll give to you so that you can see what it is. I have in the writing too that when my calls are. So I know every Tuesday at 9 o'clock, I have the vitals training. I'll be on the phone with them. I have my Coach Basic calls on Sunday night, so I'll be with them. I write in there everything that's going on for the month, and then I sit down and I say, when is the best time for me to start thinking about when my challenge groups are going to be? When is the best time for me to host a coach business opportunity call? When are the end of the qualification dates that I need to know about for my downline to know about? What do I want to do in terms of Hit Success Club? So I write down the dates that I want to hit Success Club by. And then I write down my recruitment goals as well. And on my whiteboard, which you can't see, I also write down names of people that I'm looking to recruit into the business opportunity, whether they're current customers or they are coaches. I have 10 on there a month. My goal every month is to sign at least 10 coaches. So when I'm doing that and when I'm looking at this, I know when to map out my month. So if you have not yet looked at your May month, that's what I first encourage you to do. Set a date for your challenge group. Make sure that you're involved with some type of training of some sort. If there is a deadline that you're setting for yourself to rank advance, to emerald, to diamond, whatever it might be, get that in writing, put it up there, and know this is my non-negotiable date. This is when I need to have it done by. Also, the other tip I have is share this with your spouse. If you're married or your boyfriend or your loved one or whoever it is, so that they understand if you have a commitment every week, what that commitment is. And if you show it to them at the beginning of the month, it's a lot less tension when it seems like you're just on Facebook, or you're just scrolling through Facebook. Share this with them so they understand it, so they see your goal. So if your spouse knows, all right, you need to recruit 10 people, what do you need to do? And a lot of times they're going to help you get there. So I was talking to one of my coaches, Liz, and she was telling me that she and her husband have kind of been working together to make goals happen. So her husband has been thinking about recruitment. Her husband is aware of what her goal is so that he can then help her achieve it. And he's like, okay, what can we do together? I realize this isn't the case with every spouse, and I do have a pretty good spouse call if you're interested in it. I just have to find it in the KB files. But this is something amazing that you can do for them so that they know what page you're on and they can be on the same page. Map out your month. Step 2, set your benchmarks. So by benchmarks, I mean, what are you doing and what is the deadline that it needs to be done by? And this should be, benchmarks can be by day, they can be by week, they can be by the end of the month. But if you're looking at your entire month of May, the worst thing you can do is say, I want to hit Success Club 5. You have to say, what are you doing every single day to ensure that Success Club 5 happens by the end of the month? Well, if you want to hit Success Club 5, guys, this is strictly numbers. This is just a numbers thing. You have to invite 30 people. Of those 30 people, 3 of them are going to say yes. It just happens that way. I guarantee it, at least 3 people. If you invite 30 new people every month, 3 of them will say yes. So how are you going to do that? Well, maybe space it out. You want to invite 10 by the 10th. You want to invite, like 10 more by the 20th. You want to invite 10 more by the 30th. You will have Success Club 5 minimum. Minimum, for sure. Those benchmarks, though, connect it back to your why. If you are pushing for something like diamond or you are pushing for an income goal, you need to connect those benchmarks a little closer to what your purpose is. Every activity that you do, every invite that you send, every, like on people's pages that you're doing, every activity is connected back to the goal. So every decision you make to do those activities, what are those activities that I can do each day to make sure that my goal happens? For example, if I want to be diamond by March 20th and I need 3 more coaches, then what do I need to do in order for that to happen, and how does it break down daily? So identify the activities that you need to do to make it happen. And that piece of paper with those activities should be at least 5 to 10 things that you can do daily. Hold yourself accountable. And this is the best thing that you can do because it feels good to be able to do it. Ask yourself at the end of the night, did I win the day? Did I win the day? The win changes your demeanor. It matters. If you can say when you go to bed, I could not have done a fingernail better. I could not have pushed a little bit harder. You won the day. And if you win the day, that's what matters, because then your confidence changes, your demeanor changes, people are more attracted to you because of the leader that you are stepping up to become. It just makes the hard work easier. You have to give yourself kudos. You have to give yourself props for even small successes. Those are what matters. So here is a list of a power hour that I have, and I will share this as a picture. These are just the basic things that you can do every day in your business to make sure that at the end of the day, you can say, I won the day today. I did it. I was successful. Add 2 people to your Facebook friend list. You can do it. Connect with 5 people from your list. So if you have a friend list of 200 people and you're adding to it daily, you're connecting with them in some way through private messages, likes on their Facebook. It is not about Beachbody. It's simply about relationships and connecting with them. Sending out 2 new invites, letting people know about those challenge groups. Check in with your challenge groups, respond to messages, check the back office, coach breaking news, important. Connect with your coaches, new coaches, discount coaches, see how they're doing. Check with the team page, and most importantly, engage. Talk to people in there. Start networking with other coaches in there. Start, asking questions in there, because we can't know what questions you have if you don't ask them. I do encourage, though, if you have questions, you go to the coachfaq.com first. And also make sure that you're participating in some type of coach training group, whether it's Melanie's Push to Diamond group that she's doing this month that I mentioned earlier, or it is a training or a coach basics or a vitals. Get yourself involved with something. Know what posts you're going to do the next day. Reflect. Do your personal development. Remember, the more value you add to someone's life, does this post make an impact? Can this post help someone? Is this post going to inspire someone? Take the focus off of you and put it on the opportunity to help someone else. And those are the things that you have control over. You have control over your power hour. You have control over the activities that you have in line to the goals that you're creating. You have control over all of that. There's a lot that you don't have control over, but what I'm mentioning to you now, you do. I will post this power hour picture because I know a lot of you are probably jotting it down. Okay, so back to what we were talking about, building momentum. Which way are you going? Are you going up or are you going down? Are you climbing that mountain towards success, or are you like, I'm good, I'm just going to stay here? Because you can't just stay here. You're on a hill. You're either going to go up or you're not. You're going to go down. And you can't just stay status quo. You can't just stay comfortable. You have to get yourself uncomfortable, because that's where the good stuff happens. That's where growth happens. That's where you find these amazing opportunities within the business, because you're willing to grow and get uncomfortable and extend the invite to people that you never thought you would extend to. I'm going to say it again. I say it all the time. There's nothing you can do that's better than tracking your business. There is a business activity tracker I guarantee if you use that, it is going to make you see the things that you need to change in your business. It's going to make you see the things that you need to work on. It's going to remind you of the follow-up that you thought you wouldn't forget, but you will forget if you do not track your business. Business activity trackers are in the back office. I highly suggest. And I know coaches, it's so easy to get out of the habit of doing it, but they make a difference. So I'm going to give you a couple questions to leave with, to think about. But I want you to think about this too, is, you know, a ship is safe in harbor, right? But that's not what it's meant for. I mean, what good would a ship do if it was just hanging out in harbor all day? It needs to get out there. It needs to go. And so do you. You need to get out there and get uncomfortable. You need to start visualizing what you want, not what I want, not what your upline coach wants for you, but what you genuinely want. Connect it to your why. Put it in front of you and make your non-negotiables. When you visualize it in such a way that it's just going to happen, it really does happen. I swear, I know it. I've lived it. I know this works. So as you're getting ready to leave for the night and start thinking about some of those goals, here are some really good questions that I want you to ask yourself. What is your goal and why does it matter to you? Why does it matter? What's your focus right now and why? In your business, what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on your challenge groups? Are you focusing on recruitment? Are you focusing on a rank? Are you focusing on an income? What is your focus? The third one is one we tend to miss, and it's probably the most important. You need to know what fills your cup. What makes you feel good? Does it make you feel good when somebody comes to you and says, I just lost 10 pounds. Because of you, I didn't give up. You know, what is it that fills your cup, that makes you smile because you're part of this business? Is it being a part of this team? You know, is it sweating for something bigger? You know, what is it that's making you feel good about this business? Visualize. If you reached some of those goals that you set for yourself, how would your life be different 3 years from now? If you achieve Diamond Coach today, what is that setting you up for in the future? If you dream so big, and you were like, I'm not going to fail. I'm not going to fail at this. There's no chance I'm going to fail. Where would you be 3 years from now? And how will you be different as a person when you achieve these goals? The thought of your goals should make you uncomfortable, but they should be making you smile too. Like, I can do that. I can totally do that. And if you're on this call, you can do it. And I know you can do it because you have an upline coach in here who believes in you, who wanted you to be a coach because they saw something amazing in you. And they see it. And sometimes it's just pulling it out of you a little bit for you to see it too. But if you really thought about those goals, how would it make you feel? And it's so much deeper than any income goal can ever be. It's so much deeper because there's nothing better. There is nothing better than seeing those people that you really care about in the business or in their fitness achieve their goals too. It's beyond rewarding. And lastly, at the beginning, we talked about preparation and we talked about confidence and how they connect together. You need to plan out your month. What does it look like? Where are your challenge groups? And all of that, the idea of being prepared and thinking about who am I going to talk to? Who am I going to invite? You know, when am I going to do my personal development? All of that connects together. So you want to start thinking about, okay, how am I going to be prepared? What do I need to get from point A, where I am right now, whether it's SC, volume, whatever it is, to point B? I need to prepare. I need to have my plan. So the first step is preparation. You need to get your month prepared. Second thing that embraces confidence is, what do your customers What would your customers say are your 2 best qualities? Ask them tonight. Ask one of your customers or a friend or a spouse, what are my best qualities? Because once you have that strength, when somebody identifies a strength that you have, your confidence is going to be boosted. You're going to feel better instantly. So ask somebody tonight, what is my best quality? Third, when you achieve said goal, and notice how I said when you achieve said goal at the end of the month, how will you celebrate your success? Visualize that celebration now. Because if you visualize it and say, I want that celebration. To this day, I still will not purchase things. I will not do things until I achieve certain goals in my business. I have a goal of getting an iMac, and I could get it, but I'm not going to, because I want to earn that and I want to connect it to a goal, because it feels better to have that when it's connected to the goal that I want to achieve. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And this is what I also want you to think about. No matter what you did in April, if you achieved your goal, fell short of your goal, blocked your goal, whatever it was, you have to end the night, each night, with what was the last win I had in my business? You need to know that every day. And it can be small, it can be big, it can be a shout out. It doesn't matter, but it has to feel like a win. Because for you to ever be completely satisfied in this business, you have to win the day. You have to go to bed every night knowing that what you did made an impact. And it does. It does. It absolutely does. It's all about the ripple effect. It's all about the compound effect. The little seemingly insignificant things that you do daily, they compound over time and they create this monumental ripple effect. And just going back to the campaign for 1 second, that's $60,000 that never would have happened if I hadn't been a part of Beachbody. That's the bottom line. I wouldn't have been associated with Taylor. I would be in the classroom teaching. I would not have been on the platform that I am to be able to do that. So that to me is what the ripple effect is all about. Create those ripples, little tiny, tiny pebbles in the water. That's it. All right, so what questions do you guys have for me tonight? There are so many in the chat. Let me stop the share. All right, you guys can click unmute if you want to.
Katie, what was that podcast you said you were listening to?
Yeah, it was Lewis Howe and Taylor. Am I getting the name right? It was People Over Prosper. Is this Lewis one? It's his last one, right?
It's People Over Profit.
Profit. Okay. And he also has a like page, and I just started following it, and he's very, very motivational on it. So when you click a like page, if you want to get alerts for it, you have to actually go into where the icon says like, and you have to click follow. Yeah, that's a really good podcast too. What else do you guys have? Other questions? So if you are new, RuPaul, I just saw your name down there. I love you. If you are new and you are like, oh my gosh, what is going on? She's talking Success Club. I see Kristen's eyes getting all big over there. She's talking Success Club. I have no idea what this is. Please know and have faith in your coaches that we are going to teach you all of this for real. And Sarah McGrath, you can't say anything about how much money we've raised. But I'm really excited about it.
It's okay. I won't say anything.
So just a side note, Sarah is a new coach on the team, and her daughter, Lily, is the girl of the year for the campaign. So Lily battled ALL, and she is in remission, and she's doing awesome. But just another thing, like Sarah would not be here if it wasn't for that ripple effect. You know, you have to know every day how much you matter. You matter more than you will ever know. And it's crazy to watch it now and to see it now. But remember too, I was just a coach who had started, who had no idea what Success Club was, who had no idea what she was getting into, but I just kept having faith and believing and visualizing and seeing what I wanted to be able to achieve until it started actually happening. And it's not until you do those small, seemingly insignificant things every day that it makes a difference. It's just like in your fitness journey too. Those small choices to, eat the Kit Kat bar or not eat the Kit Kat bar, or, do the workout or not do the workout. Those are what I'm talking about when I talk about the compound.
Katie, can I just say thank you really quick?
Yeah. I love it.
So I know that Katie said I was in the car whenever she said thank you to you guys, but seriously, thank you. Even if, all of your shirts, all of your sweating, everyone that sweat for Emily and posted it on my Facebook this past week was super heartwarming and made it a little bit easier to get through that day, which, yeah, I don't have the words, but I just want to say thank you as much as I possibly can. Say thank you for the rest of my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We're just going to keep doing good things and helping people.
Yeah.
That's what we do. That's what we do here. What else you guys got? Other questions? So the big thing is, guys, you just visualize it. Visualize it and then align every activity to the goal that you have. And just know that if you are just constantly inviting, just think about that. What is the bigger picture of what you're inviting to? You are selling more than just a challenge pack. And you have to be, and you have to know that. You have to understand that you are giving someone the potential to truly change their life when they invest in it. I mean, you really are. Make sense? Am I giving you guys a lot to think about? It's very quiet. Should I be looking at chat? Yes, the confident woman, Joyce Meyer, for sure. Amazing. Yes. Yep. The School of Greatness. Yep. Did I miss anything else? You guys have anything else for me tonight? I love you all. You're amazing. Don't tell anyone the total yet. Shh. Okay. It's quiet. Is that all? All right, guys. I'll let you go. Have a great night.
Good night.
Bye. Kristen, I hope I didn't scare you. Did she get off the call, Taylor? Don't be scared, Sarah.
I don't know. Where'd she go? She left. She's gone.
She's gone.
She's
Aaron
fine.
Hennigan. You see it? I love it. Hi, Heather. How are you tonight? Heather DiGiacomo, I see you down there. Luckily. Thanks so much. Angie.
Oh, Kristen just texted me and said, I got booted out of the session. She's okay. She's okay.
Hi, Lens.
I don't know how to make a heart, but I'm trying to make up for my tongue.
Woo! Hi, Amy. Hi, Angie. It's good to have you on the call. I hope I didn't confuse you too much. A little baby.
Erin Hennigan, your face is glowing.
Yeah, why is that?
Your skin looks gorgeous.
That's what I said. She looks like all cute and cozy down there.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, guys.
Terrible.
This is my after workout. Get ready to meet with students. Come home and clean look.
Oh, I thought you said you were getting ready to meet with them now.
Ah.
All right, chickies. I'll see you.
All right. Thanks,
All right,
Katie.
bye-bye. Thank you.